What's up guys? So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be me reacting to assumptions that you guys have about me, and I figured I would film this video because I'm just like really trendy like that and I've been seeing it all over YouTube, so like why not? I also already filmed this video and it was completely out of focus, so like honestly kill me now because... So I'm sorry if I keep looking into the viewfinder. It's because my last video was completely out of focus and it was like 35 minutes long, and it's just gonna be really upsetting if this does that again. I'm gonna just literally cry. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys like this video, if you guys like me after this video, I've never really done a video just like clarifying rumors and like weird things that people think about me, but I feel like it's kind of fun, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. Without me talking anymore, let's just get into the assumptions. I am very excited to get my feelings hurt. I cannot wait to be offended by you guys. You guys are just really like coming for me in these questions. It's actually nerve-wracking that you guys feel this type of way. So the first one is that I assume that you are really tall. That's actually false. A lot of people think I'm really tall until they meet me in person. People are always like thinking I'm like 5'8", 5'7" or something. I'm 5'5". I feel like I'm an average height for like someone my age. I don't know, I'm just average. I'm 5'5", but literally every single time I meet one of you guys are always like, oh my god, you're so much shorter in person. I think it's because I'm such a catfish on Instagram, so that's probably why you guys think that. You were bullied in high school. I would say not really. I wasn't really bullied in high school. I don't want to say I was bullied because there are like real people out in the world who were like beat up and like harassed and like had a really terrible high school bullying situation. So I don't want to say, you know, people like talking behind my back or like, you know, people like saying rude things to me is bullying, because I mean it might be, but I don't want to like sit here with my privileged self and say I was bullied. I think in high school I definitely dealt with a group of people, or not a group of people, but certain individuals that made fun of my YouTube a lot. It was very made fun of when I first started. I actually took like a really long break because I was so embarrassed about my YouTube, but I had a lot of people who just said really like hurtful things, like just like that I was like stupid, I don't know how to do makeup, my clothes are ugly, and they would just make fun of the way I talked in my videos. They would literally like record my videos on their laptop like laughing and like saying negative things and like send it around to like people who went to my high school, and it was just like a really weird situation. I was bullied a lot for YouTube, but I feel like that was the only thing I was really bullied for. At the time it hurt my feelings because I was insecure and I wasn't as confident in myself, so like obviously it hurt, but I wouldn't say I was like super bullied in high school. I had really great friends in high school who like had my back and were just like, everyone else is stupid, so that was good at least. Oh my god, this one I get a lot. So you think you are too good for everyone just because you have a YouTube channel and you're in the fakest sorority. So I get this a lot. I keep getting a lot of assumptions that I think I'm too good for people. A lot of people, I feel like, think because if someone has Instagram followers or someone has a YouTube subscribers and travels and they assume that that person thinks they're too good for other people. I also think because morally I choose, you know, not to drink, or I choose not to do drugs, people think because I don't do that I look down on other people who do, which is obviously not the case. I go to ASU, everyone here does drugs, everyone here drinks, you know, it's like not that serious. So I feel like I get that a lot, that I think I'm like too good for people. Here is my tip of advice to anyone who is starting to gain followers or they're trying to be an influencer and things like that. If you guys are gaining followers and gaining subscribers and you start to get kind of like an ego and thinking you're too good for other people that you used to hang out with because now you're like, oh, doing Instagram and stuff, then you really have to reevaluate your life. If you think you're too good for someone because you have followers on Instagram, that's like a serious problem in your head, because no one should think they're better because they have followers or they have a check mark by their name. I think that's weird, and you honestly need to reevaluate your priorities. You should be just enjoying your life and your friends and your people in it, instead of like worrying about if you have enough followers. And if you have more followers than someone, that doesn't mean that they're less than you. Like, that has nothing to do with, you know, who they are as a person. So I think that that's really weird. So obviously, like, no, I don't think I'm too good for people because I have a YouTube. Oh, this one I get a lot too. You actually drink and smoke. I don't know what it is, but people think that I actually, like, I just secretly get drunk and I secretly smoke, which I think is really weird because I put openly that I don't do those things on the internet. And so if I was actually doing that and just like lying to you guys all the time and like making it a statement, honestly, it's like more cool in society to drink and to smoke and seems more normal. So like, why would I just like ostracize myself? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just weird. So obviously no, I don't drink or smoke, but a lot of people think that I just like lie on the internet and say I don't do those things when in reality they do. And I think that stems from a lot of people seeing me like at parties, or they see me out with people who do certain things. And so they're like, oh, like if she's at a party then she's obviously drunk, or oh, if she's with these people and they do drugs then like she's obviously doing drugs, which is just weird. But what can I say? I know I don't, so. Oh my god. Okay, let's just set the record straight right here. I keep getting, you've dated one of the boys in your drive with me and your carpool karaoke, you're dating Miles, you've definitely had a thing with Miles before, you've definitely had a thing with Broderick before. Let's just set this straight, like, here. I have never in my life, like ever, had a thing with anyone in any of my drive with me's. Ever. Not Miles, not Juice, not B-Rock. I haven't kissed any of those guys. I haven't talked to any of those guys other than in a friendly way. We have always just been friends, and that's what it is. I think that a lot of you guys assumed that me and Miles like had something, which I'm not really sure why, but once we started getting those comments, we were just like laughing about it, like haha, okay, like whatever. And we didn't really like put it to rest because it was more, I feel like, entertaining for you guys to think that there was something there, and it was more clickbaity, I guess. But we never had anything. He was talking to someone else the whole time. I was talking to someone else. Like, we just do our own thing. So I think you guys kind of got that mixed up. So I'm just gonna set the record straight here. No, I've never had anything with any of the guys that are in my videos, in no way, shape, or form. They're literally my brothers. Like, I couldn't even explain to you, like, I don't know, it's just weird. So I just figured I would say that in this video because I just like cannot stop getting comments about it. So let's just put it out there. This is another one. You and your trainer had a thing and then broke it off, and that's why you don't work out there anymore. Just to like clarify, that's another thing. I've never had a thing with my trainer. I just want to put that out there. Never, never, never. It's another thing that I just uploaded a video one time and you guys like ran with like, oh my god, they like should totally talk, da da da. But that was never a thing, so just wanted to throw that out there. This is probably one of the most assumed things about me. It's that I'm rich, that I grew up wealthy, that I have a lot of money, that my parents buy me everything. I get a lot of those questions. I think with every YouTuber, everyone thinks that they grew up rich or they grew up wealthy or that they've always been like this. I didn't grow up, you know, struggling or anything. I think I had, you know, a great family. My mom worked really hard for what she has. My dad, my stepdad, you know, my grandparents, everyone in my family has always worked really hard for what they have. I think I grew up in a good environment. I grew up enough well off, you know, where I got to do certain things that maybe someone who, you know, was struggling a little bit didn't get to do. So I can see where that comes off as like I grew up wealthy. I'm super grateful and blessed for how I grew up, but I think that a lot of times people assume that if you grew up wealthy, it's just always been that way and you've never had to deal with certain things, you never had to struggle with money. And you know what, maybe I, growing up, didn't have to struggle with money, but you know, my mom was super poor growing up as a child. My grandma was, like, no car, no, sorry, someone's calling me, no car, no heat in their home. We lived in a trailer when I was like really, really little. Like, I think that those things are not as obvious to people or not as obvious on Instagram. So I always think about my life as Ava. She's always traveling, she's always buying really expensive things, and people are always saying like, oh, you're just so rich and you get this, this, and this. And she grew up with like no money, and she always talks about that and like how she used to always want things in high school that her friends had, or she used to always want to buy certain things that her friends had but she couldn't. And so I think that maybe you should think about, you know, where people have come from, where their family has come from, generations and stuff like that, before you just like assume that their parents buy them everything. Because me personally, I've worked on YouTube since I was in high school. So all the clothes that you see, all the jewelry that you see, my computer, my equipment, you know, everything like that, I buy with my own money, like myself. So I think you guys should just think about that before you guys assume I'm spoiled and stuck up, because I'm just living my life, okay? Like, it's not that deep, okay? You want plastic surgery. So I actually don't want like anything super serious. The only thing that I want for plastic surgery, I don't even know, is this plastic surgery? Yeah, but like I want these wrinkles right here fixed. It's genetic, like everyone in our family has it, like all the girls have like these weird wrinkles right here. I also think it's from the way you sleep. I don't know, I just want those gone. And then another thing that I want, if I have kids when I get older, I want a boob lift so bad. It's like my pet peeve are my boobs, and I just like don't like the way they look. Like, they're just really weird, and I know sagging is natural, but like I don't want it. So when I get older, I think that I would definitely buy a boob job. I would probably get like a boob lift before I ever got these guys fixed right here. But other than that, I don't really want like my lips or like cheek filler or like a brow lift or, you know, anything like that. You went to ASU because it's an Instagram school. I get that a lot, that like I just go to ASU for like fun and stuff like that. I came to ASU because of my major. My major is sports journalism. They have a great sports journalism program, and I really wanted to go somewhere that was close enough to LA so that I could travel there all the time. And I also wanted to go somewhere where the weather was nice. I really like hot weather. I didn't want to go somewhere where it was ever gonna be like a season of winter. Like, I don't like winter. So Arizona was perfect for me. I love Arizona. I think that overall Arizona has a lot of like influencers here. Like, I think a lot of the girls here, you know, take Instagram like seriously, just like how I do, which I don't mind. It's really fun. It makes going here easier because everyone's doing, you know, the same thing. Like, I feel like some people are like, oh, I don't want to go to LA because everyone's doing that, which for me, I don't mind it, because then it's like I could find more friends that, you know, want to do the same things I do, as opposed to being in Texas where everyone thinks like it's weird to take 500 Instagram pictures a day, you know? You have a hard time trusting people and letting people in. I would say yes. A lot of people say, oh, like, I assume you have a lot of friends, I assume you this. I think that I have a really close-knit group of friends. I don't like having like a group of like 15 girls that like I tell everything to 24/7. I like having like 3 or 4 really close people that I share my life with, I can call on the phone and cry to. To me, I feel like that's a friend. Like, a friend to me is someone who I can call whenever I need them and they'll listen to me and things like that. A friend to me is not really like someone I just would like randomly like just like an acquaintance. Like, anyone who I wouldn't like tell my life to or vent to or things like that, I wouldn't consider like a friend. I would consider them acquaintance. I don't know if that's rude, but for me, I just take friendships really seriously. So I don't just like tell everyone like, oh my god, we're all BFFs. Like, that's just not how I am. I like having a close group of friends. So, you know, assuming that I have a hard time trusting people, letting people in, I guess I would agree with, because I guess that plays into like why I have just like a few close friends. The second most assumed thing about me, and this is one I just want to like clarify again. I keep getting messages saying that I only like black guys, I only talk to dark skinned guys, I only like athletes, da 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 da. So I just want to clarify, and I want to explain to you guys why that kind of like offends me in a way that people say that about me. So my main problem is, this is how I always explain it, because every single time I meet someone and I'm like, oh, like, yeah, that person's my ex, or this person's my ex, or like, oh, like, you have a type, da da da. This is how I explain it. You guys know, if you guys are, say you're walking in the mall. You're walking in the mall, you see a guy who has brown hair and blue eyes. You find him attractive. He's with his friend who has blonde hair and blue eyes, but you kind of find the guy who has brown hair and blue eyes more attractive. It's the same thing. If a white guy and a black guy were walking next to each other, I might find the black guy more attractive than I find the white guy, but if the white guy came up to me and wanted to talk to me, I wouldn't not talk to them because they aren't black. Does that make sense? Because I feel like you guys are kind of getting that mixed up, and I feel like that's where it becomes like offensive, because if you're only looking for a certain type of skin color or a certain type of ethnicity or whatever in a guy, like say a guy that's actually really cute, and say say you only like white guys, a guy that's actually really cute and genuine or whatever is a black guy who comes up to you and you're like, oh yeah, like you're really nice and cool, but like you're not white, so whatever. Like I feel like that is offensive and prejudice, and that's not what I want you guys to think about me. I've obviously dated white guys before. I've obviously dated black guys before. It's not that serious. It's just, it is what it is. Like I like whoever I like, so I don't want you guys to think that I only go after a certain type of person, because it's not really my personality. If you guys saw the amount of like different walks of life that I've talked to, you guys would definitely know that. But I just want to clarify that, because I don't want you guys to feel like that's a normal thing to do, is to only date someone based on their skin color. That's actually weird, and you guys should like stray away from that. The last assumption that you guys have is that you're talking to someone but you don't like sharing your relationships online. That's true. So basically, I just want to say that, first of all, I've been there and I've done that. I've already filmed however many years ago, 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I filmed a boyfriend tag, and like, cool, whatever. But the problem with being on the internet and sharing your life on the internet is that that was 5 years ago, and today it's 2019, and I still get comments like, oh my gosh, well, oh, you guys were so cute, and oh, da 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 da. And that's frustrating me when I've like moved on so far from my life. Like I was a different person than who I was when I was 16. I'm 21 now. So it's really frustrating putting your life out there, because then it makes it really hard to move on when people are constantly telling you who you should be with and who you shouldn't be with. Think of, for example, like Channing Tatum and what's her name, Jenna. When they got divorced, it's like, oh my god, they can't date anyone else, or oh my god, I can't believe they've moved on, like you guys are perfect for each other, but you guys don't know the relationship. So it's really hard for me to like want to openly share parts of my life when people are constantly telling me things that I'm just like, you guys don't understand, you guys don't really know how this works. So yeah, I want to keep parts of my life private, and I think another reason for that is that I see so many relationships who are constantly all over the internet, and people are like, oh my god, so and so, like best boyfriend ever, and da da da, and they post all this crap on the internet when secretly they're not together. Like YouTubers do that all the time, and even people in day-to-day life, like they're just having a terrible relationship, or they're in a seriously toxic relationship, but they're just pretending that it's great because they want to put on a front for Instagram and for YouTube and whatever. And I think that's weird, and I never want to like mislead you guys in a relationship. And that's not saying I'm not happy. I'm extremely happy in my relationship, if anything, but I don't want you guys to ever like idolize some Instagram picture where two people look super obsessed with each other when like behind the scenes everyone has arguments, everyone has things that they deal with. So that's basically my reasoning of why I don't put things like that on the internet. Some things are just for me personally. Sometimes I'm just selfish and I put everything else on the internet, so I get to choose if I want to keep certain things to myself, and maybe that's something that I want to keep to myself. So that is everything that I'm going to be reacting to for this video. I'm sorry the tea, the coffee wasn't as hot as you guys wanted it. I basically am just like sitting here, you know, debunking you guys' assumptions about me, which I think something I want to I said clarify 25 times in this video, but I think something I want to just like address and put out there is that filming these assumption videos, and like as much as you guys, you know, say, oh, she's judgmental, or oh, she's stuck up, oh, she's spoiled, she's just rich, da 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 da, all these things, I want you guys to know none of this offends me, none of this affects me in a day-to-day life. I know who I am, and I think for you guys should take away from this video that you know who you are, God knows who you are, God knows your heart, and it's not up to other people to tell you who you are as a person. So it doesn't really matter what people think about me or what people say about me or assume about me. Anyone can say whatever they want. I know who I am, so I think that's super important in these assumption videos. So just always remember who you are and don't let people's opinions affect how you know, react to certain things. That's why I'm filming this video, because it's honestly just more like funny to me, and like it's just interesting to see like people's perspectives on me who have never met me before. Like it's really fun. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much again for watching. If you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Wednesday and Friday, at least I'm trying to. So I hope you guys liked this video, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.